Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Ahmadai Shakur. It looks like the U.S. is in a bit of trouble. Perhaps they're finally getting beat at their own game. Let's get into it. In a historic move, China has brokered peace between Iran and the Saudis. They're likely not going to be using the U.S. dollars anymore as their international reserve currency. Pay attention. And if that's the case, the U.S. dollar is going to be worth even less than it is right now. It's not even going to be backed by oil. And so, pretty much nothing more than monopoly money. This move is definitely going to benefit Putin. And don't forget that he's already paid off all of Africa's debt. With that all being said, those sanctions that the U.S. tried to impose on everyone that doesn't do what they say, when they say, and how they say it, it's not going to go so well for them this time. Our economy is going to be further down the tank. This is going to be a real life Hunger Games that we're living in. And I can't help but think that they're going to roll out that digital currency and we'll have no choice but to go ahead and comply because we'll be so desperate. People are not going to be able to afford food. Everything's going to be in complete and utter chaos. At the end of the day, the United States brought this on themselves. Pay attention. In a move that I consider to be an act of complete and utter desperation, they sent Kamala Harris over to Africa to try to mend relationships with the continent. But I don't think that's going to work. You see, no one has forgotten what they did to Saddam Hussein and Muammar Gaddafi. At the end of the day, the United States thought they were playing the game, but the only thing they were doing was playing checkers while the other nations were allying themselves against them and clearly playing chess. Iran says that U.S. interference has created regional unrest, sanctions are driving a domestic crisis, and Shamkhani says this will no longer be tolerated. Now there are talks of the Saudis and Iran joining BRICS, which now consists of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Let me tell you something. If all of these people get together and decide that they want to just turn on the United States, which is exactly what it looks like, all I can say is this. They better get ready for the smoke, and we better get ready to try and prepare to survive in this whole outlandish nightmare. This is going to be beyond nefarious.
America has pissed off the rest of the world. We've been the bully with this thing. We're now a credit-based economy. In other words, we print fake money and we spread it throughout the world. But the rest of the world is actually producing the food, the gold, the silver, the machinery, and all this. So finally, the rest of the world said enough's enough. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. That was the original BRICS. And now they're gaining force.
It's not just Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. You have well over a dozen countries that have already applied, such as Algeria and Argentina and Iran, the United Arab Emirates, Nicaragua, Turkey, Indonesia, Senegal, Nigeria, Afghanistan, Egypt, Kazakhstan, and the biggest one of all, Saudi Arabia, has formally applied to the BRICS nations. Kazakhstan, Indonesia, Thailand, all of these countries and their neighbors that are growing together are forming a massive, very imposing, not only from a GDP, but you put all these countries together and their military might is very, very strong as well. And those are the BRICS plus. Now they're talking about adding more countries, including Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Panama, Bolivia, Chile, Cuba, Ecuador, Peru, Uruguay, Venezuela, Azerbaijan, Mongolia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Vietnam. The list goes on and on.
So the rest of the world is saying enough of you sending us your toilet paper.
That's exactly right.
You take our materials, you take our production, you take this, and you send us this trash here.